Within Breath of the Wild, there are 3 magnificent dragons to be found. But these dragons are not just for looks. They have valuable materials that can be harvested to use with upgrading armor sets, and fetch a pretty rupee at vendors across Hyrule. Each dragon can be used to acquire a scale, horn, fang, and claw. Each of these materials are acquired by hitting the corresponding body part with an arrow. Hit the mouth for the fang, the crown for the horn, the body for the scale, and the paw for the claw. In this video, we'll show you the easiest methods of obtaining these materials. Let's get started. First, let's get the proper equipment. Make sure you have a bow and plenty of arrows. My favorite bow for this is the ancient bow acquired at the Akala Ancient Tech Lab. This bow fires an arrow the fastest and farthest of any bow in Breath of the Wild, with hardly any arrow drop. It doesn't have a zoom capability, but we'll be getting close enough to the dragons that you won't need it. Although this is my favorite, any bow will do. Next, make sure to have either some flint or a fire weapon. I prefer to have a fire weapon on hand as it makes starting fires easier. The easiest way to get a fire weapon is to head to the central tower in Hyrule Field. Once there, head east to the ancient tree stump. Get to the top, and after dispatching a few baddies, you can easily grab the Great Fire Sword. This sword also respawns every blood moon. Last, you'll need bundles of wood. Head to a dense forest and start chopping. I'd recommend about 10. Now that we have our materials, let's go find Farosh, the Spirit of Lightning. Head to the Kukanada Shrine in the Faron region for the best location. Once there, head northwest to Korda Lake, the spot I've marked with a star. After you've arrived, drop a bundle of wood on the ground and start a campfire. As a pro tip, if it does start raining, run to the corner where the waterfall and the cliff face meet. You'll still be able to make a campfire. The dragon comes out the quickest in the morning, so wait until then. Once morning comes, look up at the top of the waterfall. Farosh will appear within a few seconds. Once he is low enough, you can use his updraft to fly into the air, slow time to accurately shoot an arrow at the spot you want, and then fly back to your campfire. Be aware of where the pieces fall. Depending on where you are, they could go anywhere. However, in this spot, I find that the materials tend to land on the opposite cliff fairly consistently. You can actually repeat this process a few times and let the materials gather, then fly over and pick them all up at once. Now on to Naydra, the Spirit of Ice. Make your way to the Daunea Shrine near Mount Lanayru. Exiting the cave, you'll want to head east through the Lanayru Promenade to the spot I've marked with a star. It's a little cliff above the last arch before the east gate. As before, make a campfire and wait until morning. Once morning, look up towards Mount Lanayru for Naydra to appear. Unlike Farosh, Naydra spawns farther away. You'll have to wait about a minute before she gets to you. I recommend going a bit further east to wait for her, and make sure to shoot her here. If you hit her too close to the water, the material could fly into the water, making it harder to get. From here, the materials will land on the mountain near you. Make sure to keep your campfire in the same spot as the star though. If you put the campfire any further east, Naydra will spawn even farther away and you'll have to wait longer. Last, we have Dinral, the Spirit of Fire. Head over to the Tabantha Bridge stable via the Shayloya Shrine. I recommend grabbing your horse at the stable or using a speed potion to speed the collection process up. Next, use the cooking pot and wait until morning. When morning comes, head straight north along the Tanagar Canyon. As you approach, you'll see Dinral flying through the canyon. Jump into the canyon and hit the spot you want. The piece will fall into the canyon, so you'll need to drop down and get it. Unfortunately, you'll have to warp back out. You could climb up, but it's way faster to warp. I use the cooking pot rather than a campfire because I have to warp back to the shrine anyways. Now you know the easiest way to get all the dragon materials you need. If you enjoyed the video, give a like and subscribe, and check out some of the other videos on RMFH's channel. Catch you next time, everyone.